The NBA released the entire 2019-2020 schedule on Monday with a marquee matchup at Staples Center, highlighting opening night. LeBron, AD, and the Lakers will take on Kawhi, Paul George, and the new-look Clippers on Tuesday, October 22nd. Following a busy NBA offseason, several big names will be making returns against former teams next season. That includes November 27th, when Kyrie Irving is back in Boston and Anthony Davis visits New Orleans on ESPN. All right, let's send it over to Greeny now to talk some NBA with Jalen.
Absolutely, because Jalen Rose has made his triumphant return. It was delightful to have you back. I know you have some superlatives for some of these games, some of these big games that were announced yesterday in the NBA schedule release. Which games are most likely to give fans the most bang for their bucks?
So there are going to be a lot of people, and rightfully so, trying to do what they can to be in the Staples Center. When you have the star power of the Lakers and the Clippers, that's going to cost you a lot of money.
Okay.
But if you're a fan of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you live in that region, just think of all of the emotional returns that they're going to have this year. Russell Westbrook and James Harden come back to play. They get the chance to watch KD, sit on the sideline with the Nets. How about Victor Oladipo? He was once a member of their team. How about Serge Ibaka holding a championship trophy on their season tickets?
I'm not sure you're making the point you think you're making.
I am making it.
I've been nothing but a fan my entire life, okay?
Yes.
There's nothing more depressing than sitting in the stands and watching all the guys you used to love who are now crushing it on other teams come back and beat your team.
That's why it's going to be more bang for your buck. Because when you go to a Thunder game, you're going to be emotionally invested almost on a nightly basis.
That's right. They should pay you to come to the game. All right, next. You have another set of games here titled Kris Kringle Delivers.
He delivers on Christmas Day. Oh, my goodness. The star power is going to be magnified anytime you have those Lakers and Clippers, Kawhi and LeBron. Can either one of those guys be the first person in the history of the NBA to win Finals MVP for 3 teams? Anthony Davis, Paul George, Kyle Kuzma is going to come into his own this season. The Christmas Day games deliver. How about in the East? The Bucks, the Sixers, hoping to see if they can now be the next teams to win the Eastern Conference. Giannis, Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris. It is going to be star-filled on Christmas Day.
Yeah, the schedule was what you would expect it to be, and there's a ton of incredibly exciting stuff to see. The thing that jumped out to me, and maybe not a surprise, but boy, is it glaring, they've never had a star come in the magnitude of Zion Williamson, right? He comes in, and the Pelicans are everywhere. They have made them one of the marquee teams, and that kid is the reason why. Now, I want to very quickly get a take from you on this. The NCAA yesterday backed off the Rich Paul rule after a considerable amount of backlash and a poignant op-ed that Rich Paul himself wrote. In a statement, the NCAA said, quote, NCAA member schools developed the new agent certification process to accomplish a goal and reflect our higher education mission. However, we've been made aware of several current agents who have appropriately represented former student athletes in their professional quest and whom the NBA Players Association has granted waivers of its bachelor's degree requirement. Essentially, they've dropped the 4-year degree piece that had been aimed, that many people believed had been aimed at Rich Paul. I've been waiting to get your take on this for a while. What is your perspective on how this all plays out?
So this is really loaded, and as a student athlete, I had to show myself as somebody that took pride in his academics that there's a difference between being educated and being smart. Just because you have a degree, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're more intelligent than someone else. However, the dynamic has been for so very long, the people with degrees were advising those without them. But now the game has changed with the players being more influential, being more empowered, and frankly, being more informed. And when you have now in the NBA, because this is the NCAA really reacting to the NBA, not the other way around. And it's not necessarily about Rich Paul, even though we're calling it the Rich Paul rule. The unfortunate thing, the rule was designed to prevent the next Rich Paul. And is the disturbing part. to me.
Is, in your mind, is there any question that the backlash and particularly the power of LeBron James and Rich Paul are the reason they changed
It's
this?
the only reason in social media.
Yeah.
And I got news for that good old boy network. You're not putting that toothpaste back in the tube now. Look at the NFL. Bobby Wagner just represented himself to get a record deal. Tobias Harris and his dad, record deal in Philadelphia. We talked so much about Kawhi Leonard and Uncle Dennis this offseason. So therefore, the players have now understood that they have more empowerment, but also there's more diversity in the room. Everybody just needs to get used to it.
Times have changed in a variety of different ways.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.